Worst All Blacks moments of all time. Today, we're going to run you through what we believe are the 5 worst All Blacks moments ever in the history of All Black rugby. Number 5 on our list is George Gregan. I know you're wondering, wait a minute, he's a Wallaby. But he has 2 moments against the All Blacks where we would consider these some of our worst moments ever. One is obviously that try-saving tackle against Jeff Wilson in the corner of a Bledisloe Cup game. And second is obviously the phrase that we've all heard, seen many times before, 4 more years, boys. As Gregan said, as him and his Wallabies were knocking the All Blacks out of the World Cup. In number 4, a recent memory, it's the Irish walking into New Zealand and coming away with a famous series win. It had been many years since the All Blacks had lost 2 games in a row on home soil, and for the first time ever, the Irish would win a series against New Zealand in New Zealand. And that is exactly what happened last year in 2022, where the Irish came to New Zealand and gave the All Blacks one of the worst moments in their history.
Back to Carberry. Okay. And that is that.
In number 3 on this list, I have combined what I believe to be the 3 worst red cards. Red cards are obviously an infamous point, and I feel like these 3 red cards that I'm going to name today really stand out as the 3 worst red cards by All Blacks. Now, obviously, the game's changed a lot in history, but everyone can remember that Colin Pinetree Meads had been the last man red carded for so and so many years until Sonny Bill Williams saw red against the British and Irish Lions in their series in 2017. His tackle on Anthony Watson caused the first red card in a very long time for the All Blacks and reignited the discussion, I guess, of red cards.
I have no option. Direct shoulder on the head. I need to protect the player. Head, neck. It's direct. The contact is direct.
Then within minutes of time, referee Kelleher made the decision which will be talked about for years. After accusing Colin Meads of deliberately kicking Chisholm, he's sent him off. The first time a player's been sent off in a rugby international in this country since 1925.
So after Sonny Bill and Colin Pinetree Meads red cards, the other one that stands out is Scott Barrett's. This happened in 2019, and I think the reason this one stands out as one of the worst moments is, I guess, who it happens against. Our arch nemesis, the Wallabies, Michael Hooper, their captain, in a pretty average tackle, causing him red. Now, there's obviously been other red cards, Ofa Tongafasi, Geordie Barrett with the high boot to Marika Korobete, but I feel like those 3 stand out as the worst in All Blacks history.
It will be a red card against 4 black.
No. Yeah, that is correct. Contact to the neck, back of the neck.
Contact to the neck area and the face with shoulder, elbow, direct, with force, red card. It's about your new...
Wow.
The last 2 spots on this list are taken by our good old friends, the French. Now, in the second spot is the 1999 Rugby World Cup semi-final, where New Zealand went in as favourites for the game in Twickenham, up 24-10 after 45 minutes, only to be defeated 43-31 in one of the upsets of Rugby World Cup history.
Done it. Bernard Sell has surely won this game for France. The game is over. France have beaten the All Blacks, the biggest upset in the whole of Rugby World Cup history.
And if you haven't picked it by now, I can't say you're a true All Black fan, but the worst moment in All Blacks history, 2007 quarter-final against France in Cardiff, even though the French are hosting the Rugby World Cup. The French wearing that blue outfit, the dark navy blue, just so we couldn't wear our black, so we were in that grey away strip. A controversial call by referee Wayne Barnes not to award a forward pass, and the French knocked a very, very strong All Black team again out of a Rugby World Cup, this time in the quarter-final stages.
Oh, and they've lost it forward, and this is going to be it. Alexander is just going to run the ball off the bench into the stand, and France are still in the World Cup.
That's it for the Sports Boost Top 5 Worst Moments in All Blacks history. If you disagreed with them, if you know any other moments, the South African food poisoning stands out. Anything else that you could think of, please let us know in the comment section. Do not forget to subscribe. I release these videos every weekend. We got a podcast that comes out Thursday and another video that comes out every Tuesday. So make sure you're tuned in for those. Subscribe, notifications turned on. Give us a like while you're at it. But thank you for joining us. We'll see you again next week. Goodbye.